Hey guys, it's Brent, and I'm back with a video, and I wanted to talk about a short video. Well, it might be long, but it's basically just talking about KRUISE. Got some footage back here, stuff I've seen on the internet and in various Facebook groups. Some stuff I want to talk about, and I may piss some of you off, but I'm just, hey, you come here for my opinion. If that's what you're watching for, you watch to be entertained, you watch to hear my opinion. It's okay if your opinion's different. It's okay if I believe differently. So I'm just saying that because, like I said, this could get nasty. But the first thing I want to talk about is KRUISE. KISS just came off the cruise, or I don't know if they're off of it yet, but I've just seen tons of stuff coming. They went to Key West, went to Nassau, I believe. They did some sail-away shows, and I don't have footage of it. I did have it, but I lost it. And there was some footage where Ace and Tommy were playing together. They were, I think it was they played Rock and Roll All Night. And Tommy did the solo. And a lot of people are like, oh, what the hell? Why is Tommy doing the solo? Why Ace ain't to do the solo? That's sacrilege. Well, I think I've said this in a video before. Ace don't like playing acoustic guitar, period. He's not a fan of it. And he hates soloing acoustically. So I could easily see him giving Tommy the soloing on that. And even at the end of the solo, Ace gave him a thumbs up. And Tommy reached over and touched him on his arm and smiled. And Ace smiled back at him. There's no animosity between them as far as that goes. Ace is a professional. He's getting paid to be on that tour or to be on that cruise. It's only getting him and his band playing time, which they apparently need, which I'm going to talk about, before he starts touring on his own. He has a date in a couple days, I think, in Pensacola. So he's basically starting off from where he gets off the boat. And everybody's going on and on and on about Ace firing his old band and how that was such a shitty thing to do and everything. And listen, and talking about his lead guitarist and all this. You know what, guys? It's music business. And you know what? I had a guy that used to work for me at a business I owned. And he was one of my really good friends. And I ended up having to let him go. And we're still friends. He understood. It just wasn't a fit for him anymore. It wasn't a fit for him. And just like with Ace, his band was not a fit for him anymore. Why he took on the new band, if it was money, if it was because Gene told him to, which I'm just saying all the stuff I've heard the sheep say, which I think is ridiculous. I just think it's because they're younger. Maybe they sound pretty good. Ace, like I said, I'm not going to get too much of that. I'll just get into that in a little bit. But so Ace now has a new band. So what? Big deal. Richie Scarlett, it's crappy, especially with the timing that it came with his wife passing and everything. But it's the music business. You know what? Ace and Richie are still friends. It's a music business. It's a business decision. It was a business decision that Ace had to make. And whatever reasons he made it, whether it be money or whatever, the reasons that he made it was the reasons that he made it. Okay. So everybody performed, but you saw Ace and Tommy, and people's trying to make a big deal out of that. And then there was one time where Tommy was going over to Ace and saying something, and Ace kind of swiped him away, and people's like, oh, Tommy's asking if he can get Ace a sandwich or something like that. And, like I said, I hate that Tommy wears the makeup. I hate that Tommy wears the Ace makeup, the spaceman makeup. I hate that he wears it. He shouldn't be wearing it. But that's on Paul and Gene. Don't hate on Tommy. That's on Paul and Gene. Tommy's only doing what he was hired to do. And what are you going to do? You go into work tomorrow. Your boss tells you to do something. You tell him no. What's going to happen? You're going to get fired. If you want to make that stand, make that stand. My boss tells me stuff I don't want to do sometimes. You know what? I do it because I want to keep my job, because I have a good job. And I want to keep my job. So Tommy has a good job. He wants to keep his job. He don't always have to play with the makeup. And I bet you people's like, oh, I want to be Ace. I want to be Ace. Tommy don't want to be Ace. Tommy's dressing as Ace, but Tommy don't want to be Ace no more than Eric wants to be Peter. These guys are just hired guns doing what they're told. It's like you go into your job, and whatever it is that you do, there's a thing that you do that you have to do when you go into your job. One of the things that Eric and Tommy have to do is they have to dress up in that makeup, taking 2 to 3 hours to put it on, dress up in that costume. I wouldn't want to do that crap. So I kind of get tired of all the hate on Tommy and everything, because I'm loyal to Ace too. But I'm not going to hate on Tommy and bash Tommy down just because I do hate that Tommy rips Ace off and stuff like that. But you have to remember, I think Tommy is only doing what he's being told to do. That's just my personal opinion. And if you're going to hate on Gene and hate on Paul. They've got enough reason to be hating on them. So if you're going to hate on them, add that to it also. So, and then there's another thing where they were playing and Paul gave his guitar out and Ace was playing and Ace stood up and went and sat on the drum things and Gene walked over and people were saying, Gene went over there and told Ace to get up. Gene went over there and told Ace to get up and come back to the front so he could get his due along with the other guys who were up at the front of the stage. Ace was just being a gentleman. Like I said, once again, Ace has been a class act as far as his attitude and stuff. And he's not, Ace has his own career. Ace doesn't have to do what Gene tells him to do unless it's contractual. If it's contractual, then yes. But Ace doesn't have to do what if Gene tells him to stand up, he can keep sitting the fuck down if he wants to. So that's just what that was all about. So before I get into, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you, so you can go ahead and turn the video off if you don't want to. Before I get into bashing Ace and Paul, before I get into doing my Ace and Paul bashing, I'm going to start off on a high note with Bruce. To me, if I would have been on the KISS cruise, this would have been, some of these sets would have been stuff that I wanted to see. And namely this one right here. I'm going to switch over to this video here. I'm going to switch over here. This is what I've got queued up here is Bruce and his band, and they're getting ready to do a medley, and they're going to be doing, if I mouse over here on this, they're going to be doing the Carnival of Souls, KISS Cruise. They're going to do Hate, Rain, Master and Slave, and In the Mirror. And I'm big fans of all these songs except for, and I'm a fan of Carnival of Souls. I've not reviewed it yet. But I will tell you that I'm a fan of it. How big of a fan we'll have to see. But I was just listening to this album on the way home from work today. The only song I really don't like on here is I really don't like In the Mirror. I mean, it's okay, but Hate, Rain, and Master and Slave are awesome. I'm going to cue these up here just if you haven't heard it. I want you to hear it here. I'm coming into it a little bit. They were just talking, and they're getting ready to start right here. And you may not be a fan of this album, but listen to this. Compare that to some of the KISS shit that you've been hearing. And I can tell you right now, there's no tracked, lip syncing, backing tracking, anything like that going on that right there. Listen right here. In my opinion, Bruce Kulick's band kicked ass on this tour, on the cruise. They kicked ass. I would have liked to have been there to see Ace and be there to see KISS and stuff like that play, but some of the videos I've heard, KISS sounded like shit. Ace's guitar sloppy. Ace halfway didn't sing his vocals on some of the songs I'm going to show on here. Ace, in my opinion, sounded like crap. Pulled out Dark Light, which I'm going to get to in a little bit. But listen to this. I mean, that's like, yeah, get those horns up, people. Get those horns up. Look at the crowd, man. People love this album. Why the hell ain't KISS playing this album? Why the hell ain't KISS playing this album? You know, because Paul Stanley said, oh, that ain't the songs they want to hear. Now play Detroit Rock City. You know what? I love Detroit Rock City as much as the next person. But the way KISS plays Detroit Rock City now, it sounds pre-recorded. It sounds tired. It sounds boring. It's almost sacrilege the way they play one of my top 5 favorite KISS songs. But listen to this right here, man. So they go back into the second verse, and then they're getting ready to go into the next song here in a minute. But like I said, man, I just got to give Bruce a little bit of face time here. I got to give Bruce a little bit of play time here, man. Because his band is kicking ass. Drink some of my beer. Tonight is Highland Brewery Gaelic Ale. For those of you who's playing along at home, who care. Next song, I think. Listen to that riff, man. Do you hear how relevant this is? I mean, some people's like, oh, it's Kiss trying to be 90s. It's Kiss trying to be grunge. This is fucking rock and roll, man. This is just as good as some of the stuff coming out these days, if not better. If not better. And this album was 20 years ahead of its time. And it just pisses me off that they don't play any of these songs. And I've heard people say, "Oh, that album sounds like Alice in Chains." Well, you know what? Alice in Chains ain't a damn band to be sounding like. They're not a damn bad band to be sounding like. If somebody told me your band sounds like Alice in Chains, I'd be like, "Thank you." I mean, they're not a bad band to sound like. So I'm gonna stop that for now. Gonna go ahead and work on queuing the next song up, because who I want to talk about next is Ace. And let me go ahead and tell you that if you're a sensitive, because Ace has some snowflake fans too. I love Ace. I've drank the blue Kool-Aid during my Ace 1978 solo album review, which is one of the best freaking albums ever made. I saw Ralph's video earlier. Hey, Ralph. Ralph Vieira, Almost Human 56. Hey, buddy. Shout out to my buddy Ralph. He said, I've been known to swing on Ace's balls, and not stealing something from him. But yeah, me too. So it pains me to talk about these next few videos. Ace is going to do Dark Light here.
This is one of the most requested songs in the last 5 years.
So it's one of the most requested songs. And when I saw this, I was like, holy shit. They don't play anything off The Elder. And like I said, guys, this pains me because I freaking love Ace Frehley. I mean, when I heard this, I was like, hell, this is sounding pretty good right here. Even on the crappy, cell phone, it sounds really good. But listen. Okay. Missed the word right there. Wrong lyrics. And I guess I could say, well, hell, what's the alternative? Him not play it at all and me never hear him play it live? But I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I love you, Ace, but this is not, and I'm not even going to play the part. I'm not even going to play the solo because I've heard, he just blows the solo. Let's go on to another Ace song. Let's go on to Torpedo Girl here. I've seen several videos of this. This is another one of those songs. It's like, wait, holy shit, Ace is gonna play Torpedo Girl? Because I freaking love the bass line in this. One of the best bass lines. And I heard this, I was like, oh shit, okay, here we go. And then he starts singing. And sometimes it just leaves me speechless. And it's like, oh, wait a minute. Shit, I forgot to sing. I mean, come on, Ace. I mean, you're better than this. You know, I heard somebody say, a little practice wouldn't hurt every once in a while. And
So hold on.
totally agree. Totally agree. Here's two sides of the coin. I've heard him. I think I've heard him play this before. This is not a very uncommon one for him to do, I think. I've watched so many Kiss videos in my life, though. Sing, Ace. Funny, a little sad, but then I'm happy, just kind of glad. Sing, Ace. Sing, damn it. Even turn out the light, well, turn out the light. Come on, Ace. Sing, damn. And when he does sing, he sounds half decent, but it's like, you know. Yeah, like I said, it's, you know, I mean, stop that right there for a second. When he does sing, he don't sound bad. His licks are sloppy. His solos are not great. Dark Light, like I said, I was ecstatic to see that he sung it when I saw the video until it started playing, and I was like, ooh. And then he got to the solo, and I was like, oh. So, my Ace bashing is done. I love you, Ace, but you could have done better. So now, I saved the worst for last. How about that? So, now, if you are a big Paul fan, big Kiss fan, and I'm a big Paul fan, big Kiss fan, but I also call a goat a goat and sheep a sheep, and also call shitty shitty, shitty shitty bang bang. We're going to do something. I'm going to play this one first because I was really excited to see that they did this.
Awesome to be here.
This is Love Her All I Can. This is a Sell Away show. Excuse me. Hey, taco soup tonight. One of the things I always liked about this song, let's hear Paul here. Man, he still sounds like an old man trying to sing. Sounds strained. Sounds like the old person across the street from me yelling at people to get out of their yard. Get out of my yard! But the this is another thing that plagues Kiss. It's like, can they not play songs at their full speed anymore? It's like, if you remember Love Her All I Can, and I'm a big fan of the song Love Her All I Can, and it's a fast song. It's like dun 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 dun. I mean, that's one of the cool things about that song. And this is just slow, you know. But now we're going to talk about the let me stop my video here. We're going to talk about the thing that has been all over the internet right now, the lip syncing Kiss, or the track backed Kiss. You know, they were on what is it, that singing show, America's Got Talent, or whatever it is, and then they were on Good Morning America. They were on Jimmy Fallon. And Kiss has said, Paul's been banging that drum. We're going to go out on top. We're going to go out on top. We're going to go out on top. And, you know, and they've threw people under the bus over lip singing and backtracking and stuff. And I have really looked at this video. And I tell you, the more I look at it, I see 3 places where Paul Stanley is not singing into his mic. Ralph, in his video, he pointed out one time where Paul was actually speaking. He came back a little early and he spoke into his mic, and it didn't, you know. And I support my buddy Ralph, so if you want to see that video and see his video, I'm going to put the link in the comments, or in the description. I'm going to put the link down there. Or I may just put it in the comments. I don't know where I'll put it, but I'll put a link down there where you can actually see, if you click on it, you can see Ralph's video where he talks about that. So I'm going to let you watch his video for that and support my man. But he's not my man, but you know, he's my buddy. But want to watch this video, and I'm going to show you the 3 times where I know how mics work. And the reason why they use these mics and they get right up on them the way they do, because I've been a recording tech before, is they get right up on them because these mics are usually unidirectional. They're only recording like what's right in front of them, and usually what's right up on them. And that's to really cut out any of this ambient noise that may be around, so you're not picking up a bunch of stuff. So that's why you see any type of singer that really is good, you're supposed to eat your mic. You're supposed to, like you're licking a ice cream cone. You're supposed to have your mouth right up on it like this. And so it would look like, and that's why you always see their mouth like right up on the mic when they're singing. And if you're singing and this is the mic, I don't have a microphone, but I'll use a remote. If you're singing and you have the mic right here and you look this way, if you look this way, or you look this way, or you look down or up, and you take your mouth away from that mic, it's not going to pick you up. Not as well. And so when you see him in these videos and he sings and he moves his mouth down to look at his guitar, or moves his mouth away from the mic, and you still hear something, I've heard some people say, oh, that's digital delay. Oh, it's a sustain effect. No, it's not. It's a track. And the track don't care if his mouth's against that mic or not. And there are a lot of people say, well, if he's going to track, why would he sound crappy? You can track and you can record vocals to sound live, to not sound perfect. But they will be there for you when your vocals aren't. Because if you get them too perfect, then people are like, oh, well, damn, that don't sound live at all. So if he does vocal tracks in a studio, he tracks these songs, and he does it just terrible enough, or where it sounds live enough, then you can get away with it. And it's there whether you sing or not. You can put your mouth up and you can just move your mouth, and you're not actually having to say anything. But you gotta act it out on time. And you cannot pull your mouth away from a mic and expect sound to still come through that mic And that's exactly what happens in these 3 times I'm going to show you. And you have to watch because it's on the tail end of every single time. So it's on the tail end of it. So let me pull that video up here. It's during the Heavens on Fire. And if you haven't seen this video, you can go online and you can look it up for yourself. They're finishing up Say Yeah here, which I hate that song. They're gonna do a song. I hate Say Yeah. Okay. Alright. Okay, Paul, just stop. You can't do that anymore. Alright, right here, watch coming up. He's going to say, I look at you and my blood boils hot. I feel my temperature rise. I want it all. Give you what? There's hunger in your eyes. What's eyes? You see that? His mouth is away from the mic for almost the whole word eyes. See that? I'm letting you see it. Okay. All right. There it is. At the end of need. See that? Okay, I paused it when he takes his mouth off the mic. Watch this. See that? His mouth is off of the mic. His mouth is closed. Now, when I start it back up, listen. Did you hear that? Eed. How are you saying eed on the end of need? See that? And it's the same thing with hunger in your eyes. It's you that on that one. It's just he's taking his mouth away, and like I said, I think the third thing that I saw was the same thing. What Ralph was talking about. So I may have only saw 2. If there's a third one in here, put it in the comments. List the time that it is. I know that the first one occurs at about it occurs at 1 minute and 13 seconds. Right there. Yeah, and the second one happens at 1 minute and 26 seconds. How do you guys think they sound? Even if they are using tracked vocals, how do you think they sound? I mean, do you like the energy of the song? And then there's a third part. Like I said, there's a third part later on in there where he is. There's a third part later on there when he's working the crowd. Trying to get my mouse back over here on the screen. Third part where he's working the crowd, and he's basically saying something. You see him. He goes up to the mic. He goes up to the mic, and his mouth moves, and nothing comes out. And then he says it again. And like I said, it's really just disheartening for me to see because I'm a big Kiss fan and diehard Kiss fan, and right now I'm not too happy. I'm not happy with Ace's performance. I'm not happy with the fact that those of you who or those of us who maybe choose to go see Kiss. The jury's still out with me They are coming to my home state. They're coming to North Carolina. And I think I saw tickets available where I'd want to sit for like $69. Good seats. They're around $69, which, you know, that's a $200 night, $200, you know, by the time you get into the show, by the time I travel, get a hotel room, and that's a $500, probably $500 to $600 night, $700 night by the time you get food, beer, all that stuff. I just might buy a bunch of Kiss records. You know, I've still got shit ton of Kiss records in my Discogs cart that I want to get. If anybody wants to buy me some Christmas presents, I've still got a shit ton in my cart that I still have to buy. But I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm going to go see them or not. If you're watching, are you going to go see Kiss? Are you going to go see them? Do you know? How would you feel if you're getting, you know, if it's not 100% live, if it's tracked? You know, who knows? I mean, who really knows? But anyway, that's all I wanted to say. This went a whole lot longer than I really wanted it to, because I was going on and on about that one thing, and I may trim this down a little bit while I was looking for some stuff, or I may just let it ride the way it is. But anyway, that's all I've got for now. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm Brant, and this is In My Head channel, and I'm trying to put videos out on a more regular basis, working through the new Kiss albums and everything, or working through the rest of the Kiss catalog. If you want to subscribe, you can click right here and click on my face and subscribe. Be sure to click to get the notifications. Click here to watch another video or see another video, and that's all I got for now. So I'll see you next time.